Welcome to the season finale of the Pace Lap. I'm Jessie Punch here at Phoenix Raceway, where this weekend we add 3 new champions to the NASCAR history books. It's been a season of ups and downs. We've seen moments of disappointment and moments of glory. Storied careers come to a close and history made both on and off the racetrack. But now we watch one final battle on this stage behind me. This is the 2021 Championship Weekend.
It has finally arrived. A 10-month battle at racetracks around the country comes down to one night in the desert. The season champion is determined tonight.
4 drivers with a shot at the title.
Zane Smith, Matt Crafton, John Hunter Nemechek, Ben Rhodes,
Noah Gregson, AJ Allmendinger, Daniel Hemric, Austin Cindric, Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, Martin Truex Jr.
This place is sold out to the gills. The atmosphere is awesome here at Phoenix Raceway. 4 drivers, 1 race, 1 title to win. It all comes down to this.
We're about to get underway with a championship race. Green flags in the air.
Oh, look at John Hunter way up high, losing a bunch of positions.
Significant issues already. It has gone from bad to worse.
It's a great battle. See the 22 car just right on the door of Daniel Hemric.
Let's see if they can deliver here, and they do. They get Kyle Larson the lead.
Rhodes taking a peek inside again. Gets
Contact.
And Rhodes going to the inside for the advantage.
Around goes to 16. He's sideways. Way up into the wall. The 9 of Noah Gregson.
Now we got a tight race for the championship here off of turn 4. Truex making a little time here.
1 lap to go.
Ben Rhodes less than a mile away from the championship.
1 more chance. The 22 in front. The 18 closing the gap. The 5 sees the 19. He's getting closer in the mirror.
Chandler Smith wins the race, and Ben Rhodes wins the championship.
And a 4, they're side by side. Hemric's gonna win it at the line. Kyle Larson a year ago watched the race from North Carolina. Today, he's a Cup Series champion.
Oh my God, guys! Yes!
That was the hardest last 40 laps I think I've ever driven in my life. But I had everything to lose. We brought it home and we won it.
Lost my breath. Unbelievable. These guys right here, they've been asking me all year how bad you want it. Well, we were not going to be denied. I know I've given up a lot. People have doubted me. I'll do it all over again for a night like this.
I didn't even think I'd be racing a Cup car a year and a half ago. To win a championship, this is unbelievable. I'm speechless.
When we come back, I'm sitting down for one-on-one interviews with each of our champions. Stick around. Ben Rhodes, the 24-year-old from Louisville, Kentucky, is your Camping World Truck Series champion. Ben, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a heck of a night so far, one I will never forget, and I'm just savoring every moment, really. So glad to be here with you because it's making the night a little bit longer. I get to enjoy it a little bit longer.
Well, thank you for joining me. You know, I have to ask, how would you describe all of the emotions that surround? In fact, has it even set in yet?
Not really. We got more festivities planned after this, so no, it hasn't set in at all. I went out to an area called the Barn here at Phoenix Raceway. Didn't even know it existed. Went out there. There was crazy amount of race fans inside. We got the ring. We did a whole thing up on stage. It was awesome. I got a bunch of drinks given to me by race fans. And
perks of being a champion, yes.
Oh, it's great. So, yeah, I mean, time moves differently in championship time, and I've just been enjoying every moment of it.
Well, let's reflect briefly. Take me back through that pass on Zane Smith, because that was the move that essentially won you the championship.
Yeah, so leading up to that, I was torn up. I said, we can't just finish second. What's the point of finishing second? We might as well just wreck out and finish 4th in the championship. There's no point in that. I was so upset. So I basically told myself I'm going to drive as hard as I can every single lap, and if we blow the motor, if whatever happens, I just got to get back up to him. And luckily my crew chief made some really good adjustments. We learned some stuff in stage 2. He basically gave me good long run speed, and it was kind of a gamble. We had to know that the race was going to play out green flag fashion, and we didn't. And also I couldn't talk to him. We were having radio issues, so they told me don't push the button, don't talk. So I had questions, couldn't talk. Which made it more fun. So the first round of lappers comes up, and I see Zane I get close to him. I'm like, man, try to pass him clean. And then he starts driving away from me, and I'm like, there went the championship. If I get another chance, I can't just forfeit it. I've got to put up some sort of fight. I get the next opportunity, and I said, I've got to capitalize. So I try to be as gentle as possible and race Zane with as much respect as possible, but I needed the spot he was in. But once I got past him, I was a nervous wreck, but once I crossed the start-finish line, it didn't set in like that we won it. I just thought in my mind that we didn't win this. My crew stayed silent. I didn't hear a word from them on the pit box. The first voice
you can't talk back and ask
Well, I
them.
can't talk back and ask them. And I didn't hear a thing. There was no confirmation that I won it. And then I had Brad Moran keyed up and was saying congratulations. I was like, oh, that's pretty good. Well, let's give it a try. So.
Well, you talk about all these people that you owe it to, and this being your 6th season in the Truck Series, all of those having been with ThorSport. Duke and Rhonda Thorson are your biggest supporters at that. And can you talk to me about what it means to you to bring this trophy back to them?
Well, the biggest thing for me is that we have the Drivers and the Owners Championship now, and they've never been able to get that combo. It's incredibly hard to win a championship now in NASCAR. I don't think I've ever driven that hard and wanted it so bad, but my crew's hungry, I'm hungry, and we're loving every minute of it.
Well, hey, it's like I said earlier, 24 years old. This was just your first Championship 4 appearance, but you've been racing almost your whole life. You started racing when you were 7 years old in go-karts.
Yeah.
So when you reflect on that, what do you think that little 7-year-old Ben Rhodes would say if he could see you sitting here now?
Oof. I don't know what to say to him. He was crazy. I think back actually to my very first NASCAR race I watched, which was a truck race at Kentucky Speedway. I was racing legend cars at the time, doing anything I could to try to make my name known and grow like a local fan base and meet people in NASCAR. I used to see like the stars of the sport walk by, and I was just like my jaw would drop and I couldn't say anything. I was speechless. And now to think like, here we are, it's come all full circle. And we've got a few wins now. We've got a championship. It's like, whoa, it's
now
really
you are
crazy.
one of those stars.
Doesn't feel like it. I just feel like the 7-year-old kid still. I really do. And Matt Crafton. I used to play Matt Crafton in the video games. Like we'd be on the way.
I'm sure he'd love to hear that. Do you tell him that?
Absolutely. I told Johnny Sauter the same thing. I used to beg my parents to stay up late to watch Johnny Sauter's reality TV show when I was like in 2nd or 3rd grade.
I love it.
Now he's my teammate. Mm-hmm. It's like life is crazy, and I'm enjoying every moment of it. This is a crazy ride, and you know, it's been so much fun. Like, never would have thought we'd be here today. It's just beyond my dreams.
Well, the best part is the ride gets even crazier because now for the entirety of the 2022 season, you represent this series as the champion of our sport. Well, what does that mean to you, and what kind of champion do you hope to be?
Well, I hope to be the same one I was this year. I was racing everybody smart, not making any enemies, and being very gracious on the racetrack, a lot of giving. I want to be somebody that people like and they want to pull for because, you know, I really do. I try to do the right thing. This sport is stressful though. It can bring out a lot of bad moments. It can also bring out a lot of mistakes. And I've had my fair share in my career. I came in at a young age and definitely made a lot of mistakes, but super, super grateful that I have an opportunity with Duke and Rhonda. You know, I'm not sure I deserved that opportunity, but they gave it to me. And here I am today because of that. And so I owe a lot of people a lot of things. I got a lot of people that were invested in my career, and a lot of people texting me and calling me. And it's cool to know that because I'm definitely not here by myself today. I'm here because people allowed me to be here, and very, very grateful for that.
Well, Ben, congratulations again. I cannot thank you enough for taking the time to chat with me, and I look forward to watching you represent our sport this year as the champion.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Ben Rhodes, your 2021 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series champion. And with his very first career National Series win, Daniel Hemric is your 2021 Xfinity Series champion. Daniel, congratulations.
I appreciate it. It's pretty wild to hear you say that. You're speaking, I'm playing with this awesome ring they gave me. It's unbelievable night.
Has it even set in yet? Like,
No.
do you have the emotions yet?
Absolutely not. I was telling somebody just a little bit ago that, you know, you keep the grind alive for so long trying to win, trying to win at this level. And I promise you, it's way harder than some make it look, and just doing it for the first time is just something that you continue to chase, and that has set in, winning has set in, that feeling of doing it again has set in. but doing it, winning a championship at the same time, I think that'll be way down the road. But whenever it does set in, I'm ready for it. I'm just ready to enjoy everything from now and in between.
Well, let's talk about the means with which you earned that win, that pass there, coming to the line around Austin Cindric. Take me back through that pass, and at what point did you know that you were going to make that move?
You know, I didn't really put much thought into it. You know, I think about my crew chief, Dave Rogers. Like, man, you think about everything. You're trying to be calculated and all your moves all the time. Like, I want you to react off instinct. And I knew our car was good enough. I knew we were in the right scenario. We're on the front row with the opportunity with a green-white checker, and it was not thinking. It was just legitimately reacting to whatever the next obstacle was. And Dave's preached all year that the obstacle was the way, and the obstacle between ourselves and this 18 team and an Xfinity Series win and a championship was one corner to settle it all. And unbelievable that it worked out. I'm so thankful.
Unbelievable is absolutely right. And you know what else was unbelievable was that celebration. In fact, we're sitting right here on your burnout marks just past the start finish line. And I believe it was right over there that you did a backflip off of the car, which is a signature celebration of yours. You were doing that back in Bandoleros, I know.
Yeah, I know it's taken a long time to show everybody. You know, first off, I was a huge Carl Edwards fan. I was a kid and watched this guy named Carl Edwards win a truck race and do it. I thought, man, that's pretty cool. Somebody asked me, he said, "You did it off the roof. We thought you'd do it off the door." I said, "Well, it took me so long, I should have done it off the flag stand." So it was good to finally be able to do that. I've won at every level to get to NASCAR and fallen short. And I promise you talk about the donuts, you talk about doing the backflip. I was not going to let that moment pass me by without enjoying every second of it. I haven't seen a video of it or what it even looked like, but I hope it looked pretty cool, and it was promise you it was fun to be a part of.
Well, you talk about falling short and falling short so many times and the emotion that comes with that, but now you've done it. That monkey is off of your back. You have that win and, of course, a championship as well. But knowing that you've now had that accomplishment, does that affect the way that you move forward as a driver?
Not really. I mean, I think there is some self-validation that you can kind of hang your hat on today and tomorrow and looking towards the future. But at the end of the day, you know, as you start to prepare for next year, you got to know that nothing's going to be given to you. You got to show up and you got to put the work in, and really no different than I've always approached it. For whatever reason, it all clicked this year, and I've had incredible resources with Toyota and JGR, and you know, to make myself a better race car driver. You know, physically get myself in the best shape of my life. Heck, I'm 30 years old, believe it or not. So to know that, yeah, moving forward, you can carry whatever you want to carry with you, but at the end of the day, you got to continue to show up, and that'll have to continue.
Daniel, you mentioned being 30 and joke about being old. You're not old by any means. But you know what, you started racing when you were 5 years old, so 25 years of doing this. And when you reflect on your career, did you ever imagine that you would be sitting here a NASCAR champion?
Not my wildest dreams. You know, I think about, you know, 5 years old, racing go-karts out of the back of a pickup truck to, you know, just trying to figure out how to get to the racetrack as a little kid, to turning into your early teens, 12, 13, 14 years old, and then realizing that your family can't even help you do it anymore. You know, they want to, their heart's there, but they financially can't do it. No, you just got to go figure it out. You know, I reflect back to, you know, having a chance to run for Xfinity Series Championship in the past. 2017, 2018, get to go race at the pinnacle of our sport at 5 years old. I was dreaming of racing at the top of the sport at the cup level, and I had that chance, and I did that. The next thing you know, your life's unraveling out from underneath you, and then what happens? The only thing that was a guarantee was to continue to show up, and I've had a lot of people continue to push me to keep showing up, and no more thankful tonight than I've ever been to just have that support, and because of showing up, get to sit here and talk to you about it.
We're here. Well, in knowing what you know now and knowing the accomplishments that you would eventually reach, what would you say to yourself when you were going through those frustrated moments?
I just tell myself that it is worth it, right? It is worth not knowing. It's worth having faith that things will work out the way it's supposed to. All week, I knew that I could come here and execute at 100% and know that my desired results could still not be met. But my 100% was at least going to produce me my best day. Now, whether or not that my best day was going to result like this, you never know. But I knew for one of the 4 guys that was going to be the case. And your shot should be as good as anybody's. And thankful we had that shot, and more thankful we took advantage of it.
Well, so I know you said it hasn't fully set in yet, the fact that you are a NASCAR champion, but with that comes representing our sport for the next year. When you think about the opportunity to do that, what are you hopeful for? What kind of champion do you want to be for this sport?
Oh my gosh, that's a whole nother question. I put zero thought into, but you know, the simple answer is that it can be done. You know, my parents were normal 9-to-5 jobs, right? It was figure out how to get through this week, and then you go through the next week, and that's been no different in my career. And I bring that up as the kind of champion you want to be known by, because you know, no matter what you're doing in life, I feel like there's everybody in every profession is, and they are going through the same grind as we speak, right? Somebody's worried about paying their light bill next week. Somebody's worried about putting food on the table for the kids. And I promise you, I've seen and lived that through my parents. I've lived them trying to figure out how to provide for somebody. Heck, I worry about trying to provide for my own daughter now, right? And the grand scheme of things, just knowing that through all that, if you don't show up, it's never going to happen. So continue to show up, and life will give you all that you desire as long as you're there.
And that you did. You never gave up, and here we are sitting here, a NASCAR champion.
Pretty special.
Daniel, congratulations. I look forward to watching you over this next year represent our sport.
Thank you so much. It means the world.
Daniel Hemric, your 2021 NASCAR Xfinity Series champion. And with win number 10 of the season in his very first Championship 4 appearance, Kyle Larson is your 2021 Cup Series champion. Kyle, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a great day. A lot of perseverance through that. We had to work on our car, have some good pit stops to put us in position to win. And yeah, without the pit crew, I don't think we would be sitting here right now.
You know, the emotion that came with that win, we can't ignore. We saw the tears behind the helmet there. What was going through your mind when you crossed that start-finish line?
I can't even remember. It still feels like a dream, really. So the emotion kind of let out as soon as we crossed checkered flag.
I mean, how can it not? This is the ultimate goal, right, in your entire career?
Yeah, no doubt. It's we all dream of being champions in the Cup Series. So. You know, I didn't even think that I was going to be racing a Cup car, 16, 18 months ago. So to become a champion now, it's like I said, it just feels like I'm in a dream.
You know, let's talk about that. Your career, it's a story of comebacks and of second chances. And when you reflect on those last 16 to 18 months, what emotions come to the forefront for you?
So many. I had a lot of ups and downs throughout last year, a lot of highs and low points in my life for obvious reasons. And yeah, I mean, I thought I was just going to be a full-time sprint car guy the rest of my life. And I was happy with that. You know, it's what I've always wanted to be at some point, not at 28 years old. So I feel like I had a lot of unfinished business left out in the Cup Series. And for Rick Hendrick to give me a second chance, for NASCAR to allow me back into their sport, it makes me feel really good inside, and glad that I was able to, reward everybody for their support over the last year and a half, and like I said, reward them with a championship here today.
Watching Rick Hendrick come over, congratulate you, the entire Hendrick Motorsports family gathering around that 5-car was special. But what I loved was seeing your own son, Owen, get in the car with you, ride with you to victory lane, waving the flag. And this is a little kid that started his own racing career just a year ago. And now his dad is a Cup Series champion. You have the opportunity to share in these moments with your family. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, it makes me feel really good that I was able to have my family here. The way the schedule is this year, just really showing up and racing. My wife and my kids haven't been to hardly any races this year. I bet maybe they've been to 6 or 8 races this year. So in the races that they've been to, I haven't won, and Owen has made me know about that. So he put a lot of pressure on me to win today, and to see him having fun in victory lane, right here, doing the burnout. Well, after I did the burnout stuff, and then getting to drive him all the way around to the stage for victory lane. And seeing the smile on his face and seeing him hold on to the flag, and just made me feel really good inside, because I could tell that he was proud of what his dad had just accomplished. And he might not know how big a championship is at 6 years old, but He knew it was a big race, and I know he's going to look back also as he gets older and how special that moment was.
I want to go back to something you said a minute ago. You said, I thought to myself, I'm just going to be a sprint car guy. You've made such a name for yourself just in racing in general. And now here you are adding Cup Series champion to that resume. Are we still going to get to see you running at local short tracks on Wednesday nights?
Oh, definitely. I'll be racing in a week and a half. So,
oh, of course. Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, I'll never lose that love for racing. I don't think. You know, I love getting back to the grassroots stuff. It's a massive part in who I am and the race car driver I am too.
Well, let's talk about who you are, because you are, especially maybe compared to some of the competition, a man of fewer words. And now you have an opportunity this year to represent our sport at the highest level as champion. How do you want people to know you? What do you want the racing community, the NASCAR fans, to know about you and who's going to be representing them this year?
Yeah, that's a good question. One that I guess I haven't really put much thought into yet. But I don't know, I've always just wanted to be known as, you know, I guess as me as a champion in NASCAR. I want to represent the sport, you know, great and positive, and I feel like I'll be able to do a great job at that. But I want to open fans' eyes to other racing too, and grow motorsports into something bigger than it is right now. So that's the champion and the you know, role model that I want to be. Yeah, I just want to be somebody who leaves a positive impact on not just one series, but all of racing and all of motorsports as a whole.
Well, Kyle, I know that you're already doing that, and now adding NASCAR champion to your resume, you are going to have the biggest opportunity to do that moving forward. So enjoy it, take it all in. Congratulations, I'm very excited for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Kyle Larson, your 2021 NASCAR Cup Series champion. And with that, that's it. That's the season finale of the Pace Lap. Thank you so much for keeping up with us all year long, and we'll see you next season.